see as sort of the sort of extreme left or as a powerful organisation? Like,
well, certainly in the universities.
So what, they can get what done? They could, for example, they could get that legislation passed.
Yes, that. Well, and I think the situation is different in the U.S. than it is in other countries. I think the political situation in the U.S. is actually more balanced than it is in most Western countries, because I would say the left, the radical left, has a pretty decent hold on a number of institutions, and first and foremost of those would be the universities. But then the conservatives, aren't without power in the United States, because they occupy most of the elected positions now. But it's not the case in Canada.
You don't want to be identified with any of those groups, am I right? Like, you wouldn't say that you're a person that's on the right or the left or conservative, or I noticed you didn't say whether or not you believed in God.
Well, my political views are complicated because I'm temperamentally liberal, because I'm high in openness, which is a creativity dimension, and people who are high in openness tend to be liberal because they like free-flowing information, and they like, what would you say, fluid boundaries, because information can move back and forth across the boundaries.
How amazing.
So temperamentally, I'm like that.
Ideologically, you reject these taxonomies, and you identify basically on the basis of research, like empiricism in a sense. You could say, like, I'm an open-minded type of person. This language is clinical psychology. So your faith is clinical psychology.
It's research. I've done a fair bit of research in my lab on the temperamental predictors of political predisposition, and we can predict what parties people are going to align themselves with by studying their personality. So liberal left types are high in a trait called openness, and open people, you're a very open person. And you can tell because you think laterally, you have an idea, and then it reminds you of a whole bunch of other ideas. And so you'll move laterally across ideas. And a more conservative person, they'll stay within the category. And so your conversational style is marked by divergences. And that's actually called divergent thinking. It's a hallmark of creativity.
Good?
Well, it's good if you want to be creative. The problem with, there's a price for everything, hey? The price for creativity is that it's hard to catalyze an identity, because you're interested in everything. That's the first thing. And your interest will flit from one thing to another. So one of the problems that creative people have, well, they have two. One is they have a hard time establishing an identity. And the second is they have a hard time monetizing their creativity. It's very difficult to be a creative person and make money. You can make money for other people, but usually you're dead by then, so it's not very helpful.